The new Snow White live-action movie keeps on making headlines, and they are not in Disney's favor. Watch this video to learn everything about its controversial casting choices. Find out why there are no little people actors in the production.
Weird.
And what could potentially make it the last Disney remake. Let's dive in. Casting of Snow White. Disney first got under fire in 2021 when they gave the titular role to Rachel Zegler.
To be able to, 85 years later, be the first Disney live-action version of that is so incredible.
According to the earliest versions of the story, originated by the brothers Grimm, the princess had a fair complexion. But the actress, who is of Colombian and Polish descent, isn't as white as snow. Director Mark Webb explained that Zegler was chosen because of her previous performance in the musical West Side Story. Rachel's extraordinary vocal abilities are just the beginning of her gifts. Her strength, intelligence, and optimism will become an integral part of rediscovering the joy in this classic Disney fairy tale. The actress was very well aware of the backlash to her casting. In a since-deleted tweet, she wrote, "Yes, I am Snow White. No, I am not bleaching my skin for the role." Later, she commented that Snow White is really a big deal in Spanish-speaking countries, and that she was proud of playing a Latina princess. Rachel also went on to post her childhood pictures, dressed as various Disney characters, capturing them. "I hope every child knows they can be a princess no matter what." Reflecting on the audience's negative sentiments, Zegler shared, "I interpret people's feelings about this film as their passion for Snow White. And what an honor to be a part of something for which people feel so much passion." Those were not her only comments on the production, though. But we'll get to that a little bit later, as there was a bigger controversy ahead. The Seven Companions. Casting a Latina actress for the lead role was definitely a powerful move towards more inclusive storytelling. However, Disney struggled with what to do about the seven dwarfs of the original story. There was clearly an affection for the characters from the 1937 animated classic, and the producers were initially going to hire the Little People actors to portray Snow White's friends. Yet, they faced severe criticism from Game of Thrones actor Peter Dinklage.
Take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that fucking backward story of seven dwarves living in a cave.
While trying to avoid reinforcing stereotypes, Disney decided to take a different approach. They changed the seven dwarves to seven magical creatures. These characters appeared to be a mix of genders, ethnicities, and heights. And the title of the remake has been shortened to simply Snow White. But the pictures of the new companions immediately provoked outrage online. What is it? Snow White and the seven eccentric individuals? Sandbeige and the seven diversities? So Disney reworked the idea again and announced that the seven dwarves would be computer-generated. This decision didn't go over well either. Some were saying that the use of CGI wasn't progressive in this respect. Others expressed concern that it was a missed opportunity to make a movie with seven little people where they actually have intended characters. There was, however, one more role that had to undergo changes. No prince needed. Rachel Zegler has repeatedly angered fans of the classical film by being critical of it.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
So her iteration of Snow White is stronger and has other goals in life.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love.
Instead, the modernized version of the Disney princess is dreaming of becoming the leader.
It's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Zegler went on to explain what else, in her opinion, needed refreshing.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
However, she has later amended her take. It's very important for the audience to know that Disney has found this beautiful and delicate equilibrium between the 1937 animated classic that everyone knows and loves, and at the same time, presents it to this new generation. But, although there is a character named Jonathan in the movie, he's not the Prince Charming from the original story. He's just one of the people Snow White meets on her journey to find her true self. It's safe to say, though, that it's not the first adaptation of the fairy tale with such a message. In Snow White and the Huntsman, Kristen Stewart played the princess who went to battle to free her country. In Mirror Mirror with Lily Collins, Snow White also rebels to win back her birthright, while romance only adds to the film's comedic tone. But it's not the plot changes and casting alone that infuriated the audience. Controversial remarks. Sometimes the actors' views can really hurt the movies they are in. Just recently, Carla Sofia Gascon's old posts seriously undermined the chances of Emilia Perez for an Oscar. Rachel Zegler sparked an online storm, too. 3 days after the official release of the first trailer for Snow White, the actress thanked fans for its 120 million views. However, she added "Free Palestine" to her tweet. Within hours, it garnered over 250,000 views and numerous responses. Predictably, there were those who supported her statement, and those who backed Zegler's co-star, Gal Gadot. The Israeli actress didn't react to it, yet she remains quite reserved at joint events with Rachel. That was particularly noticeable at the Oscars, where they were presenting together. The two never actually looked at each other the entire time, and we wonder if Rachel knows that many fans consider Gal more fitted for the role of the fairest of them all. But the remake has already ignited yet another discussion: the many flawed remakes. Disney's live-action remakes of the beloved classics have rarely achieved widespread critical acclaim. The company has been accused of recycling old ideas instead of investing in new ones. Fan reactions have also been quite mixed. Many netizens worldwide disputed Halle Bailey's casting in The Little Mermaid. The Ariel actress herself wasn't surprised by the outcry at the time. As a Black person, you just expect it, and it's not really a shock anymore. And the initial negativity on her casting was eventually drowned out by young Black girls' excitement for the film and its representation. In Aladdin, half-white Anglo-Indian actress Naomi Scott faced controversy over playing Princess Jasmine. Mulan, in its turn, was criticized because of significant changes made to the original story. The removal of beloved characters, like Mushu and Kri-Kee, was disappointing, and the remake felt more culturally insensitive, as the team lacked authentic Chinese representation. Also, the movie axed several songs. The Lion King live-action film cut off an iconic musical number, too. An extra cause of discontent was the movie's photorealistic CG animation. Viewers complained that it felt a lot like a waste of time and money, as the on-screen animals lacked expressiveness. Thus, they didn't have the charm and fun of the original film. An extra irony was in the fact that a live-action remake actually was just another form of animation. Beauty and the Beast was criticized for being a near word-for-word retelling of the original animated film. So many considered it simply boring. The only exception was a new emotional song for the Beast. Still, it didn't help them get a Best Original Song nomination at the Oscars. So, with all this public outcry, why does Disney keep on doing the remakes? The answer is simple. They mostly do well at the box office, but that might change soon, as Snow White's projected earnings are not that encouraging. Although $53 million seems like a decent projected opening number, it is less than what previous films have gotten. For instance, the Lion King movie debuted with $185 million. Beauty and the Beast brought in $170 million in its first weekend, and The Little Mermaid earned $117 million. What do you think about it? If Snow White doesn't pay off, would it become the last live-action adaptation? Share with us in the comments. And stay awesome.